Hot take, everyone. The point guard position is the reason that 2K is in this spiraling downfall. Don't shoot me. Now, the reason why I make that statement is because we have to look at the reality of the 2K stage. Why do people complain that 2K sucks so bad? I don't think people really care. I don't even think 2K necessarily sucks that bad. It's just that 2K is very easy to spam. It's a very spammable game. Very exploity, very glitchy type of game. Just like every game that comes out now. For some reason, developers just stopped trying to develop games. They just released their, their brainstorming idea of a game and then just update it through the year. But the reason why people dislike 2K, well, I think it's pretty simple, is that the ones that are doing the spamming things are the point guards. Point guards have so much power, so much authority. They dictate everything that has to do with the game. Not everybody is built to be a point guard. Not everybody is supposed to play point guard. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people like myself who are bored with the game and don't really like the game that much is because, well, we're off-ball players. And our game, a lot of the times, consists of sitting in a spot, whether it's the corner, whether it's the wing, and that's pretty much it. You sit back and you let a center and a point guard run a pick and roll, and usually the point guard shoots every shot in the game. Those are for the sweats. Then you have the lower tier of the sweats that, there's a timely cut here and there. Cut, dunk. So now instead of the point guard having 40 or 50, he might have 35 and like 12 assists, and one other guy might have 20 because of the cuts. But at the end of the day, the game is all about the PGs. That's really what it is. Now, I'm talking from a perspective of both sides. I made my first point guard in 2K. Well, if you want to be technical, my first ever player in the first ever career mode was a PG. But then I started making shooting guards a lot. Kobe was my favorite player. Made a lot of Kobe's. And then you fast forward to 2K18, and that's when I made the first point guard for like online gameplay, right? And 2K18 is widely known throughout the community, like I said before, as the worst 2K that there was. But in 2K18, I was able to play point guard. Wasn't because of the snatchbacks. It wasn't because of just the cheese of a snatchback or the dominance of a drifter or teardrop. It was just that my play style was able to translate to PG in that version of 2K. My mindset is simple when I play basketball. Basketball is a team sport. Basketball is a game full of egos, right? So, for somebody to be deemed a good teammate, my philosophy is he has to have the smallest ego of the whole team. So, see, like me, play style is simple. Let everybody else do their thing. I'm going to get mines where I get mines. I get the hustle play points, right? Catch the defense if I'm at the guard spot, right? You catch the defense lacking. You'll sit here and you pass the 50% of like the first half, and then every now and again, you make one move, get to the basket and dunk it. Or get to the basket and lay it up. Or make one move, get past your opponent, pull up, floater, right? Now, the reason why I was able to thrive in 2K18 was because the mid-range game was elite in that game. The mid-range pull-up game was elite in that game. And the teardrop was elite in that game. So I would come down in 18, crossover, behind the back, float it. You want to play zone? I come down, behind the back, pull up mid-range from the foul line. Every time. I'll do that every time. But I only did that depending on the circumstance of the game. 2K19, pretty much the same thing, just a little more polished. I was able to shoot much further in 2K19 because we all know how 19 was. I was able to shoot much further, And now you fast forward to, I can't remember what I did in 2K20, but you fast forward to now, 2K22 and 2K21, that style of gameplay has been pretty much taken. You cannot play 2K right now as a pass only or pass first PG. Right now, you have to play 2K as a point guard to score at least 30 on your opponent. That's the mind frame going into that. That necessarily does not translate well with teammates. But 2K doesn't really care about that. I don't think they care about that because they give the point guard so much power in this game that it's just difficult it's difficult for players like me to even make a point guard. Now, I'm saying this because I just made one the other day. I made a Rebirth PG, 90 overall. Now, I don't know if it's because he ain't got no badges or because I don't know how to dribble. Look at this. I don't dribble. I'm not an ISO point guard. I know that's looked highly upon in a community, being an ISO god. You don't need no screens. I'ma just cheese you to death and get by you. And, well, there's point guards out here now that they still patched the speed boost thing, but I guarded a point guard who literally kept doing some speed crossover that would give him so much separation. And you already know in this game, if you get stuck in the mud or feel like you stuck in the mud and somebody's just speed crossing back and forth, they gonna get that three before you can even get anything. Heaven forbid he throws a screen in there. You're cooked. You're cooked. But in all honesty, let's be real, man. If PGs were nerfed in the game and PGs actually had to rely on teammates and had to rely on good team play and ball movement, I think the game would be better for a lot of us, but it'd be worse on them because all the point guards and stuff are trying to be the next big YouTuber. They're trying to show you their ISO skills, their jump shot skills. And for some reason, 2K thinks it's logical that the smaller your player, the better he performs. You can't make a Chris Paul in 2K. Before you wouldn't be able to make a Chris Paul in 2K and be successful. Now you make a Chris Paul now, you can actually play like he plays in real life, right? Except his play style in real life doesn't translate to 2K. The floor general play style, like I was stating before, doesn't translate to 2K. You would have to be the Chris Paul from New Orleans who was going at people's necks and dunking on Dwight Howard. But not everybody can play that way. Not everybody has the mindset of doing that way. Right now, all the mindsets with PGs are just like you see in real life. Steph Curry, Damian Lillard. I would mention Westbrook, but he trends on Twitter every other day because he is just okay. Kyrie Irving, all those point guards aren't necessarily point guards. They're just the smallest on the court, so they play point guard, but they score. You think Steph Curry looks to average or get 10 assists a game? Or do you think Steph Curry looks to get 30 points a game? He's going for 30. He passes because the defense sells out on him so much he has to. If he got played like Chris Paul gets played, he would never pass. And now that's translated now into 2K. But that's necessarily not good for the entire community that plays the game. What about us? Now, me, I don't suffer as much from this style of 2K play because I play big man. The way that I describe my gameplay style as a PG translates much better to big man than it does anywhere else. Because as a big man, you can pass, you can play defense, you can shoot mid-range shots and not really be criticized for it. And you can play at a pace where you don't need the ball to impact the game. But for you 4s, 3s, and 2s, you know the 2, you're really only on the court to shoot from the hash. And the other 2 positions are literally just on the court for defense. Defense. Ain't nobody really looking to throw to no small forward to shoot. Either that point guard gonna shoot, the small forward gonna cut and get the dunk, and the 4 literally is just standing in the corner waiting for the defense to collapse off of him. People ain't having fun doing that. People ain't having fun doing that. The gameplay you're seeing right now, I'm playing with straight random. Just walked into the rec with my best position in 2K. Had a pretty decent time. But look at the point guard on my team. He's like 5'7". He's like 5'7". And he ain't even playing sweaty because that's not what he's built to play like. He played like an off-ball player. But everybody wants the ball in their hands. Everybody wants to impact the game. And 2K only allows the point guard position and the center position to really put an impact on the game. So if you're a guard out there and you're not having fun in 2K, try to make a big man. Try to see if a big man suits with you, you know. And if it doesn't, make another player, change who you play with. Not everybody out there, believe me, not everybody out there plays like the average sweat. There's not point guards out there who look for screens and look for ISOs all the time to get them off while everybody else just kind of sits back. There are people who play with ball movement. Either you got to change your position in the game or you're going to have to play with a new crowd. But at the end of the day, if there was one reason why this game has been a downfall and one reason why this game has been trending in the wrong direction, I will point it to the power that they have given the PG more than anything. Everybody makes guards now. Everybody tries to be the next big sweat at the PG position, and it's really just harming the rest of the community from even playing because it's like I make this small forward who can do it all, but I'm playing with a PG who don't even pass or only passes to me when I cut. So if I make a cut stop, if I make the player that I play like, that I'm deemed to play like, a la slashing defender, because that's what some of y'all really are if you think about it. You play defense all game, and then you cut to the basket and dunk. If you make a slashing defender, now you don't even matter in 2K because now you can't shoot. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't shoot anyway. So I'm making a player based off of what I play on my team, but I don't shoot. So I take away my 3-point and try to focus more on my inside game, and I'm being criticized because I can't shoot. There's no winning in this game. If you make a build based off of what you do and how you play, 9 times out of 10, guess who's going to be mad at it? The PG, because he ain't got space to do what he want to do because, well, he just want to score. You have PGs that adapt to the players they play with and PGs that want you to adapt to them. Which one of you and which one of your friends is just like that? Which one of your friends are the ones that adapt to people as they play point guard? They adapt to what the cards they were dealt? Or which one of your friends or which one of you out there are the point guard that want everybody to play off of you? Everybody has to make a position that complements your play style, depending on how your brain works. Are you a point guard that, like I say, are you one of those point guards that, like Chris Paul, you can be thrown in any situation and thrive, basically? Or are you the Ben Simmons, where in order for you to thrive, you need everybody else to be a certain way for you to be great? Which one are you? Until next time, it's Chris Jones is signing out.